to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo, and this is Poppy. He's hanging out with us today, at least until he gets too annoying.
Squirmies. You got the squirmy wormies.
Yeah, I know. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. Got a soap of the month this month. Actually, it's two soaps for the month of December. You get 25% off either our rosemary mint or our bergamot grapefruit. Those are two of our newer scents that are in the shop. You get 25% off of those. And we have other sale items as well. So swing on by, check that out. We got a special coupon code for our podcast listeners. See, we talked about this. She just doesn't remember. You get $5 off any order, $20 or more. Just use the coupon code podcast. And you can get save a little bit of money for your last minute holiday shopping there. That coupon code's good till the end of the year, so December 31st. So there you go. Stock up, get your last minute shopping done, and save a little. So I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. We got probably a quick podcast for you. I see a table full of projects, but it seemed like the week went by and
It was a blur.
yeah, swoop, just like that. So maybe our podcast will go just like that. Zoop.
Yep.
So anyway, so what's on our list of segments today?
They include farm happenings, in the coop, flown the coop, and roundup.
All right. Well, let's get it on the road. Let's get going.
Farm happenings. College semester is done.
Yay. Yep, Jimmy's all done with his school.
Yep.
One semester down. So.
It was the week of finals, so it was a lot of me finding things to do while he took his finals.
Yeah, because because we live a ways from the school, so it's a
Drive.
It's a half hour, 40-minute drive, I guess. And so if he's only going to be there to take the test for an hour, it doesn't make sense to drive all the way back here and then go all the way back in to pick him up because you're just going to be driving. So I know you've had to find different places to hang out and knit or shop or whatever.
I tried to go to the one park and it was just a not safe environment.
Yeah, so like I said, we don't pay for parking, and they don't really have visitor parking that you can stay at while you're waiting. I think next semester we will, because Jimmy will be driving then, and he'll want to be able to park at the campus when he's there doing his classes. But right now, because the plan was to just drop him off, that we didn't buy the parking permit, but they don't have a whole lot of visitor parking that you can use, so... but yeah, it is what it is. So you entertained yourself.
Yeah.
He did good in his finals, which is good.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for the final grade in, I think, English, yeah. So we got to see where he landed there, but otherwise he's...
Well, and he didn't have to do the cumulative biology because the teacher said he's already making an A, not to bother showing up.
Yeah, because the way she did it is she would throw out your worst score.
Yeah.
And he already, if he got an A on his test last week, then he got all A's on his test. So it doesn't make any sense for him to show up and get another A. And she's just, he could have gone in if he wanted to, but he was too busy studying for the other finals that because he was cramming and staying up late, and he really is stepped up and is making us proud in how he is
applying himself.
Yeah, he just is really he's enjoying it. So yeah, he's really stepped up and is doing all the stuff that. He needs to get good grades, and that's what he did. So, we're really proud that he's doing well and got through this one, and so he's got 2 months off now. I don't think they go back to
February.
So then he'll get to start all over again. But by then he'll have his license, so he can drive himself up if he wants to. Of course, the first week or two, I think you're going to drop him off anyways, just because it gets crazy up there the first week or two, until things kind of settle in.
Well, even with me dropping him off, took an hour to do that. So it was like
Yeah, the first week or two of school, it's everybody is, fighting for parking and trying to get in there and crashing classes, and it just, you have more people there than like 3 weeks in, it kind of settles in. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows where they're going. Everybody knows what classes they have, hopefully by then, and so it kind of settles down a bit. But the first week is, you were telling me how bad that just like stop and go through the parking lot trying to find parking. I think we mentioned it on the podcast too. So it'll be good. You get them a little time off and then back to classes. So so is that?
Well, I made a ton of cookies again for your work. I do that every week though in the month of December, November, December. So
everybody appreciates that. I was told, I don't know what allergies you guys have, so these are ones that Dawn can make, and they basically said nobody here has allergies, so she can make whatever she wants. So it was oatmeal raisin cookies this week, and one of the ladies that does like these baking competitions was complimenting Dawn's cooking and stuff, baking I should say, and asking for the recipe and stuff. So told her, well, Dawn's not secret about it, so we'll just pass that along.
I'm like, it's on the oatmeal container, it was no big.
Yeah.
Although me and following recipes is another story.
Yeah.
So
you have a list, a recommended list. It's called the recipe, and what ends up in the bowl is it's like horseshoes. As long as you're close to the peg, it still counts, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if she measures it all sometimes.
they taste good.
Oh yeah, I got no complaints. They're all good. So it's that special variance, right?
I just toss. It all goes in. I don't do the whole mixing with the egg with the oil. Yeah, no, it gets all thrown in.
As long as it's blended before you stick it on the sheet, we're all good. So there you go. There's Baker's secret number 1. Just throw it in. So, yeah.
So other than that, Jimmy and I went and got haircuts and out to lunch and stuff, but
yeah, it was a
chaotic week.
Yeah.
So it was like,
yeah, it was a long week for me, and so I don't have a whole lot of extracurricular to talk about here, other than to bore you to death with my work stories. So.
You did get your selfie with your picture.
Oh yeah, this is
insist on that.
Yeah, they did. I mentioned last week that my picture was accepted and hung, or to be in the art show, and so I had a chance to go by there. And Dawn's requirement is you got to get a selfie with your picture. I'm like, so anyway, so I got my selfie taken care of and sent over to Dawn for her viewing pleasure, because I don't do selfies on my Instagram. So Instagram tends to be more of my, nicer stuff. My work. I did do put up a downtown night LA shot there that Don thought looked like.
You're just waiting for the Polar Express.
Yeah,
to
the
come
Polar Express, the coloring, and the I'm like, okay, yeah. Yeah, well, just wait till it.
Santa's sleigh.
Just wait till it snows in downtown LA. You could believe. So it was good. It was a quick week. It seemed like it just flew by. So
yeah, I'm sure the next couple of weeks will.
Yeah, holiday season.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to my week off that I get between Christmas and New Year's. Of course, my list keeps growing. I keep that list of things that I'm doing. Yeah. Don keeps throwing it on there.
Yeah, that's to get done before then, though.
Well, it is what it is.
I haven't begun that list
yet. I'm going to have a year's worth of stuff to do in a week, so. The honeydew. Yeah, it's honeydew. Cracking the whip.
Yeah. So, in the coop, I've been working on the super simple hat. It's a free Ravelry pattern. Or it's on Ravelry. You can download it from there. By Marlo Cairns. It's a crochet pattern. Super quick. That's flown the coop, so remember this pattern for that. And I didn't finish this because my shoulder and I like have tennis elbow, and I thought it was my workout, you know, lifting weights and maybe lifting it wrong or something. And so I had stopped that, not stopped working out, just the heavier weights. And then there was a couple days I didn't get to do the hat, and I'm like, oh, my arm's like all better. But last night I started this one, and shoulder, elbow, hey, Snookums, that was the teeth. I felt teeth. So I stopped because it was hurting really bad, and so that's why this one isn't finished. It only needs 3 rows, you know, like 3 minutes, and this one would be done. And I'm doing these for the homeless down by James's work to turn in. And yeah, I know you like yarn. I know. So that one's almost done. And I shove a whole bunch of yarn in my Sew For You bag. It's one of my really big bags because this has been traveling with me this week, as you will see in my finished objects. So then you're so distracting. You look like a little bat. You're just hanging out upside down. It's a papachulo. And so let's see, where am I at? I did work on my September Morn. I pulled that back out. And that's a Thea Coleman pattern that Sundaisy 920 gifted to me. It's a sweater. I'm doing this with Barocco Remix.
What was the colorway?
The strawberry colorway. We've had a couple interruptions.
8960, right?
Yeah. So, I've done a couple inches. Here's my Dickie-Doo. On this, I'm working on the body. And so, I've all of that. You know, that's the side view. That's one of the arms, another arm, and this is all the neck. It's a big turtleneck. Yeah. So it's going to be a big, comfy, warm sweater. Isn't that just cuddly? I need to finish this. I just keep thinking of other things.
Yeah, we got a table full of other things going on.
Yeah, I just so.
You got all that yarn just calling out your name.
Yeah.
Say knit me.
And I actually told James I didn't even want yarn this year because I've just got so many that I already have planned for projects. Because I don't have a big stash and I can't stand what's in there. It's just sitting there. It bothers me that it's just sitting there and not being used. And it's like I have yarn that you got me from a couple of years ago. The Pink Nightmare, you know, it's apothecary yarn, and I haven't used it.
Well,
you know, it's like
every time Dawn gets a yarn, it's for a project. Yeah. And so her stash is a bag, a bunch of bags with yarn and a pattern all tucked away and just waiting to be done. So it's not like, you know, you have a stash like a store and it's like when a project comes up then you pick it. Yeah. No, this is like preloaded. It's already, you know, the pattern's figured out because the name of the yarn, and it has to match with the name of the pattern and the colors, and so it's all projects calling out her name every time she walks past it. Knit me.
And it's like, oh, it's just sitting there. Why would I go and buy more yarn that's just going to sit there because I'm going to feel guilty that I need to do these other ones first.
See?
You know? And then I have yarn that I've been gifted, and it's like, what's wrong? You went like that to me?
No.
Oh. I thought there was something wrong with this.
You do the tooth thing, huh?
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. Those are special ones and have to be just super special or just to pet them. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that now.
Because you were talking about Christmas and yarn and all that other stuff, and not wanting, you telling me that you didn't want any new yarn because you've got too much. Yeah. And that's because you're getting crazy and wild and you're getting cast-on-itis. Yeah.
So the other thing I'm working on is my Scrappy Happy blanket number 2, and I'm using the Georgie Hallam memory blanket pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I've done like 7 squares, and these are bigger. These squares are bigger, double the size of my previous Scrappy Happy. So there's Dicky Doos on the ones I did this week. So I think there's like 7. There might be 8.
Yeah, and with the ones from yesterday and today.
Yesterday and today is fishnets, and it's the Fuji Fight Like a Girl colorway. And I did this one, and it didn't have all the colors because it's a striping yarn. So I continued and did this square in the rest. So the full colors of the yarn are there.
Yeah.
So whenever whenever I have a stripy sock yarn, that's what I'm going to do with that.
Carry it out.
Yeah, this one's a mustache sheep, which is just so soft, and so yep.
Cool. Looks good.
Yeah, it's fun. It takes longer because they're bigger, but so, and that's in my Stitch by Sasha great big bag, because I got a ton of minis in here ready to go. So, and yeah, I'm doing like what I did with my other one. I've only used that one for that one square, but I'll go back to it once I use up, because then it'll be in a different spot. So there's that. And then I started the Snowy Tempest by Angelia Megara, and this is a one of her collections, her Earth's Wonder collection, and there's, I think, 6 patterns. Yeah, I was gonna say 6, and it's like, I haven't knitted one because I want to knit all 6, and I'm like, you know, and I'm like waiting for the yarn to match the name, and I'm like, I just got to knit this. So let me show you what it looks like.
That's nice.
Because I had yarn that I just had to cast on with, and I'm like, I need to choose one of these because I've been dying to knit one of these. So I just plunged in without nothing matching.
Plunged in with nothing, huh?
Well, it's like, okay, because the yarn is called Spooktacular. It's the Show Me Yarn. There's the tag, Show Me Yarn. And the boot heel base fingering weight. Spooklight. Did I say Spooklight? What did I say?
Spook something or other.
I said something spook.
Spooklight.
Spooklight. And it's superwash merino nylon. And so they sent me this, and it's like so gorgeous. I had to cast on immediately. Look at this. I compared it to a Kincaid. You know what this exactly looks like? Is your photo you just took.
Oh, yeah.
It's got that light, like in the Polar Express and Kincaid photos, that just shines through. And I'm like, I have to cast something on with this yarn. And I was going through all my patterns, and nothing was Spooklight. Nothing was going. I just like, and I'm like, okay, let's just forget the name and
toss that out the door.
Yeah. So that's the pattern I chose. Oops. Hook. And so I casted this on. So, yeah. And I know most of her patterns are done with solids, but this is such dark, I think it'll just go,
yeah, it should look good.
Yeah. Because it's not that of a pattern that it's gonna...
Yeah, there's not a big contrast between the colors, so it'll blend together. Actually, it'll look really nice, I think.
So it's like, oh. So, yep, I started this, and it's so soft. Their yarn is just yummy. And that is the one yarn that I hinted at. So, yep, started this, and this is in my Art in Stitch Toot doggy bag.
Christmas dogs.
Christmas dogs.
Cool.
So I want to knit all of that
whole
collection, because it's like, they're all so pretty, and it's like, I can't decide.
Yeah. Decisions.
It's just overwhelming. And then I am spinning Julie Spins. I finished the 2 ounces. It's a Falkland comb top in the Red Koala colorway. Finished the last 2 ounces, and I just hooked everything up to start plying. So there wasn't anything to show.
Yeah.
The spinning really hasn't happened because I've been
Well, you've been
here
busy
and
with
there
school
and, yeah.
and
I just
all
got
that good
flicked
stuff.
with water.
Give me a shower,
Yeah.
huh?
So
All right. Do you have my pattern up there handy?
I will in a minute.
Okay. So I did very little knitting this week. For whatever reason, I started and I had to back up a bit. And
Well, you were
just,
working on pictures,
well, that too, but
editing pictures and stuff.
yeah. But I'm doing the Adama shawl by Hilary Smith Callis, and ooh, look at that, almost the same color as what she's got on there. So there's my Dickie Doo here. What?
I'm just
And I had stopped the previous week at right when I got into the round. So I've done a couple rounds. I did kind of run into an issue, and so that kind of stopped me. And then I just was busy. So it's coming along. So that's that. Like I said, I got a couple rounds, but that's about it. I'm gonna have to put in some more knitting time to move this along. I'm doing this out of, let's see, where's the tag? There we go. Cascade 220 in the, that's just in that color, in the gray color. Light gray, whatever you want to consider that. But, so yeah, not a whole lot of, not a whole lot of work on that one. But that's in my Art Institute Darth Vader bag, which Star Wars coming out soon. So Jimmy's excited about that.
Mm-hmm. So Flown the Coop.
Yeah, you got a whole pile.
Yeah. So Flown the Coop. I mentioned the super simple hat. Mentioned I've been having to wait for Jimmy. So, yep. So I did one in golds. And then, because the yarns are held double.
And say those are doubled up.
Yeah, so they're nice and warm. And then blues. Greens. So then you'll be able to take these sometime next week. And then a pink one. So most of these are pretty, you know, these ones could be either or, man or woman. You know, this is definitely a, and now I'm not being sexist or whatever, it's just the way it is. I don't imagine.
I will give him a choice.
Yeah. So, yep. So there's 4 hats that I did. And I'm feeling it because I was trying to do one a day, and I think that's what's.
Yeah, the momentum or movement
Yeah.
of the
I get really
hooking.
wild. Yeah. I'm a wild hooker. So then I finished my brickless also, and
Got that all blocked.
got it all blocked, and I've worn it, and it is, because it's worsted weight, so it is like super thick. And
It's
this
nice
is
looking.
super long.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
super
like
long.
probably, what, 9 feet?
Nah, probably more like 6 feet, 7 feet. It's about as tall as me. Maybe taller.
You're not no 7 feet.
Sure I am.
Like, what are you getting at? But it is huge, so
Yep, it is long. You
It
wrap
is-
yourself up in it.
yeah. So it is cuddly, and
No, it looks good.
yeah.
After blocking, it
It
lays down.
opens that lace, and because I was really worried about that ribbing scrunching the lace up. Here, I'll show you closer. You know, because that's a whole thing of ribbing, and when I was knitting it, it was really bunching, and I'm like, that lace. So yeah, I was worried, but it turned out so. And knitting with hand spun is so much fun.
Awesome. Good stuff.
And I think the pattern was, I think that's one of Cookie Lady Knits sent me. I'm pretty sure. I should have checked that, Heidi. I'm pretty sure because it was like right when I was spinning that yarn, and she goes, "Oh, this'll, you know, that'd be a perfect one." Because I was getting a lot of yardage. I could check that.
Yeah. Things you think of during the podcast.
Garter stitch. Remember that, guys?
That's going to be forever burned in your memory, right?
Yeah.
Till the next time you forget it, of course.
That's true. So, is that all my flown the coops? Yeah. The table's getting more
I know.
calmer
You can
now.
actually see the tabletop.
Yep. So, round up, I want to mention our holiday hatch and knit, and that is so fun to look through that and see what everybody's doing. And we have some awesome prizes for that. We have the hand spun from Teaching Knits, and it's hand painted baby alpaca is one of the prizes, which is so pretty. And then we have some Show Me yarn. Look at this, gorgeous. So, yep, super exciting. We got the yarn bowl.
The mini yarn bowl, which is sitting up there.
And I'm sure there's going to be other prizes. Oh, there's patterns by Miltran Designs.
Patterns donated, and and this is going through the end of this month. Yeah. So anything you have knitted up and finished, enter that into the holiday hatch and knit, and you can win a prize. So. Like I said, we've got a assortment of donated prizes, and we got stuff that we're providing. And if you have something you want to throw in the mix too, just let Dawn know. And
yep. And Show Me Yarn has the coupon code till the end of the month too, which is Wolf Farms 10. So for 10% off your order.
Yeah.
So that's
good stuff.
Yep.
Good stuff. So don't forget, we have a special podcast viewer Wolf Farm discount code.
I got that dumb look again. Like, what are you talking about?
You get $5 off any order $20 or more. Just use the coupon code podcast when you're checking out, and you'll get that extra savings. And we have our 25% off our 2 soaps this month, and other sale items as well. So swing on by. I'm sure you'll find something great as holiday gifts or stocking stuffers or something for yourself. Why not? You can also treat yourself to a free Wolf Farm video podcast button with any paid order. Just ask for that in the checkout, the comments box during checkout, and we'll be happy to stick one of those in your package when we're shipping that off. So I think that about does it for this podcast.
So until next time,
let's get cracking
and hatch and knit.
Bye, y'all.